Okay, so in the previous presentation, we get understanding about the bioinformatics. So here is the summary of the previous presentation, that the bioinformatics is data-driven and data-rich science. Here data means biological data, and driven means when we use the data to get our analysis, to get our results using computers, using algorithms, using statistical tools, using mathematics, is called data driven. Data rich. Rich means the more the data, the better analysis. So the bioinformatics is the data driven and data rich science. So before we get our understanding on what is biological databases, let's first understand what is the biological data. So data means information. So the information can be in the form of sequence and structure. Sequence can be of nucleotide, DNA or RNA, and the protein. The structure of nucleotide, like in tRNA structure, and the structure of protein, we have 1D structure, 2D structure, 3D, 4D quaternary structure. The second type of data can be motif and domain. So domain can function individually when it is full protein, and this is domain 1 and it is domain 2. If it get separated, then domain 1 can function independently. So that portion of protein which can function independently is domain, and the portion which cannot perform its function independently is motifs. Signaling pathway. So in signaling we have example like if A signals B signals C, and then gene get activated. So we have a database of signaling pathways, the KEGG pathway database, metabolite and enzyme database, genome sequence. Sequence can be of RNA sequence, DNA sequence, protein sequence, drug and disease database. So for example, if X is a disease and Y is a drug which inhibit the disease, then its information, it's also collected in the database. So we for example, drug databases, we have Zinc database, we have PubChem. So these are the drug databases. So these are some of the example of biological data. Definition of biological databases. A biological database is a collection of data that is organized so that its content can easily be accessed, managed and updated. So from the definition of biological databases, we have to understand the three major terms, three major points. First is the collection of data. So from where we will collect our data? So it will collect data from scientific experiments, from published literatures, from high throughput experiment technology and computational analysis. So these are the sources of data generation. So this generated data is collected in the database. Second is the organized. The collected data need to be organized so that its content can easily be accessed. Access means the researchers like us can download it, can see it, can use it, can do multiple analysis. So it need to be accessed properly. Second, managed. So if the data is managed, we can get our desired data so that we can perform our required analysis on that particular data. Updated, which means the data need to be updated regularly so that we get the updated data, we get the new data from the databases. So why we need database to be organized? Because it will assist scientists to understand and explain biological phenomena using different information stored in the databases. So scientists like us will use that updated database to explain biological phenomena by accessing the data from the database. So the definition of biological database is having three major points. First is the collection of data, from where we collect the data. Second, it needs to be organized in a manner in which scientific community can access, can manage, and it should be updated. So why we need biological database? In the previous lecture, we have seen the need of biological databases. So we need biological database to handle the vast amount of molecular biological data. Objective of biological databases. So there is two major objective of biological database. First is the availability of biological data to the scientific community. If it is not available to the scientific community, then what is the need of biological database? So it should be accessible to the scientific community. And when the scientific community can access the biological database, it can only access the biological database if the data is stored in the database, if the data is organized, and it can be shareable. So the database should cater the need of scientific community by storing the data, by organizing the data, and by sharing, by making it a shareable data. So the shareable data should be structured and should be searchable. So if researcher 1 searches the data and researchers 2 also searches the same data, so that they get the same structured data. Okay, so this is the first point. Second is the biological data in computer readable form. If the data need to be in a computer readable form so that the database can manage the data properly, and it should and the readable format should be a common format so that the different databases can communicate with each other and the different researchers can communicate with each other. So ultimately it will increase the reproducibility of the research. Second, it should be web application. Web application means it should be click and download. So if we make a triangle, if we summarize things, then the database is here, the scientific community and the computers. So database should be available to the scientific community and can also in such a format that computer can read, whereas the scientific community can have access to the database and should know the usage of computer so that they can use the database. Whereas the computer should know how to manage the database and the data, and computer should know how to cater the need of the scientific community. Features of biological databases. So the first feature of biological database is that it should be structured, means it should be stored in a well designed fashion. Second, it should be searchable. So if someone wants to search the database, then the data should come really fast. The third, it should be updated periodically, means the data should be updated regularly. Last is the cross-referenced, means it should be linked with other databases. For example, if we have a protein database, suppose we have here is a protein, it is a protein named P1. If we had a protein P1 and someone like us wants to know from which gene it came from, so here should be the gene ID. If someone click on the gene ID, it should be directed to the gene of that or gene database of that particular protein. So this means that if someone click on it, it should be get directed to the gene database. So it means it should be a cross-referenced, means link with other databases. So these are 4 features of the biological databases. Organization of a database. So the database is composed of tables of data. It is similar to the spreadsheet which have rows and columns. So the record the rows. So this is the record. So record are the rows which stores the individual information, whereas the column fields store the single attribute. This is the column. Okay, and the primary key, and the third thing is the primary key. So these are the primary keys which are unique to the particular record. So for example, we have kinase protein, we have X protein, we have Y protein, we have Z protein, and we have many proteins. And here we have the molecular weight, the length, the size. Here is the name of the protein, and here is the ID or the primary key. So the ID is 1, here ID is 2, 3, 4, and many. So this is the record. The individual information means the molecular weight of kinase, the length of kinase, the size of kinase. So the information particularly about the kinase. So this is the field. This is the record. This is the record. The field is the columns, like the size, length, molecular weight, means the size of all the proteins, the length of all the proteins, the molecular weight of all the proteins. So the field is these are the fields. Fields mean the having the single attributes. Attributes mean the feature. Single feature. Molecular weight is a single feature. Length is a single feature. Size is a single feature. Whereas the record, individual information. Kinase, individual information about the kinase. If we go here, we get the individual information of kinase, about the molecular weight, about the kinase length, about the kinase size. And these are the primary keys. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4 are the primary keys. These are unique in number. These are used in linking different databases. Suppose this is the protein database and it is linked with the gene database. Then the gene database of the kinase will also have the ID 1 for the protein. So the kinase so the protein database which having the kinase and having the record 1 is linked with the gene database which is also having the ID 1 for the kinase protein. So the ID or the unique primary key is the link. So this is how the database is organized in a superficial manner, because at the higher level the databases are arranged with the help of SQL languages, but the basic structure or the basic storage or basic organization of a database is remain in the form of spreadsheet. In this particular diagram we will see how the database is linked, how the working happens between the database and the user. User like you and me, user like us, can store the data, can modify the data. The stored data and the modified data is stored in the database, and the user can extract the data from the database. So this is how particularly the overall working of the database. Okay, so what are the features of perfect database? So the first feature is it should be comprehensive. It should be comprehensive means it should have the protein information, it should have the gene information, it should have the drug information, it should have the disease information. So it should be comprehensive but easy to search. Means if we are searching for a particular drug, then it should not happen that if we search the drug and the results of metabolites are coming, results of diseases are coming. It should be easy to search and it should give the correct result. Second is the annotated, means the researchers can get the knowledge that what is the data is about. Means it should be named properly, it should get the information, the data should have the information. Third, it should be simple and easy to understand it structure. Simple and easy structure means if the structure is more complicated, if it is not easy, then the researchers and then the understanding of the researcher will be less and the usefulness of the database will decrease. Fourth is the cross-referenced, means it should be linked, means the protein database is linked to the gene database is linked to the disease database is linked to the drug database. So it should be cross-referenced, means the each database should be linked with each other. In minimum redundancy means data should be updated regularly. Database is not updated regularly, then the usefulness of data will decrease. Last is the easy retrieval of data, means the single click download. It should not happen like clicking, then again clicking, then again clicking, then clicking, then getting download. So it should not happen like this. It should be click and download. So these are some of the features of the database, of the perfect database. Classification of biological databases. So the database is classified into two major parts. First is the sequence and second is the structure. The sequence can be of protein or can be of nucleotide. Here also the structure can be of protein or can be of nucleotide. The sequence and structure biological databases are further classified into primary, secondary and composite database. The primary database is the raw data coming from the experiment and the research. After applying statistical tools, after applying algorithms, after applying mathematical equation, we get the secondary data, which is the analyzed primary data. whereas the composite database is the combination of primary and secondary database. It is helpful in reducing the searchability. It helps in reducing the searching of primary and secondary database. Here also the same classification: primary, secondary and composite. Here also same thing. The data primary is the raw data coming from the experiment and the research. After applying various tools, we get the analyzed primary data. Then the composite database is the combination of primary plus secondary database. So let's take an example of PDB, Protein Data Bank. So Protein Data Bank, we know it is having the structure of the protein, so it's come in the structure. Okay, so it's in the structure and it's having the experimental derived structure from X-ray crystallography, from NMR, so it is in the primary. So primary. So how the nomenclature of PDB will be done? It will be done like primary protein structure database. So PDB is primary protein structure database. So this is how classification of biological database is done. So in the next lecture we will deep dive into the primary nucleotide sequence database.